to our March meeting of Council. I declare our meeting open, and we have not got anyone here to say a prayer today, so if you could all bow your heads and we'll say the Our Father together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I'd like to acknowledge our traditional owners of the land in where we're meeting today, and of course we're on Wiradjuri land, and I want to thank them for sharing their waters and lands with us, and remind everybody that they are the longest continuous living culture in the world. Would someone like to confirm the minutes of the last meeting? They're moved by Councillor Herbert, seconded by Councillor Duggan. Any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. I have no apologies. Condolences for the month of March. Lawrence Royce Spackman, better known as Spacky. Teresa Kathleen Armitage. Helen Jean Brinkley. Ella May Simmons. Jennifer Jenny Ann Smith. Thelma Jean Mullacaraine. Lorraine Lillian Malloy. And of course Dr. Catherine Stanley. And I would like to just say a couple of words. She's fondly remembered for the many years that Dr. Stanley worked in the Forbes community for over around the 25-year mark, from the early 80s until 2006. And of course, Catherine, cared for generations of people here in Forbes, and she also supported the development of medical services in the district and gave tirelessly, not only to her practice and the wider community. Her legacy lives on in the countless lives she's helped, the colleagues she's mentored, and the respect she earned through decades of service. Dr. Stanley passed away on Monday and will be deeply missed. Could we please stand for a moment of silence for those people? Thank you, Councillor. It's been moved by Councillor Ryan that a letter of condolence be sent to the family, seconded by Councillor Webb. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare that carried. Before we start with the presentations today, I'd like to formally congratulate Daniel Spears. And Dan is our new, I'm not sure of the title, but he's our new engineer. Fantastic guy. Been with us for over 20 years. We're almost the same amount of time here at Shire Council. And we are so excited that you will be leading our engineering department into the next however long, Dan. And we couldn't have wished for a better person to have got that job. So we're very, very excited for you. Let's all put our hands together for Dan.
Yeah, you start. Speak at the podium.
There's some nice ones in the room.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. When they were saying, "Are you going to apply for the position?" I said, "Well, I reckon I can do the job, but one thing I don't like is public speaking." So here I am. Yeah, look, as the Mayor alluded to, I've been here for 23 years now.
Yeah.
And that time I've been the works manager for most of that, and we've delivered some great infrastructure while I've been here, and I hope to continue to do that for the next 10, 15 years. And very proud to have the opportunity. Thank you.
Well done.
Okay, now we're going to introduce our new employees, and I'm going to hand over to our General Manager, Stephen Dunshay, to do that.
Thanks very much, Madam Mayor. Look, I've got 3 new starters to introduce out at the Central West Livestock Exchange. And what's particularly pleasing about introducing these 3 people is that 2 of them are actually returning employees, which is fantastic. They've been out, they've done other things, they've come back, so we're very pleased. First of those is Gemma Dillon, who went away to have your first bub, as I understand. Yeah. So welcome back. Gemma's actually known for having a great sense of humour. I haven't worked with you, Gemma, but this is what I'm led to believe, a great sense of humour and keeping the team motivated and moving on the busy sales days. So would you like to come forward and say hello to the councillors?
I don't actually know what to say, but g'day, keen to get back into it.
Welcome, Gemma.
Sometimes short speeches are good speeches, Gemma, so I'll give you that one. Another returning employee is, do you want me to say your full name or your nickname? Where's Muscles? This is Cody Nielsen, or better known around the yards as Muscles. So we're very pleased to have Cody come back and join us. So would you like to come back and let the councillors know what you're doing at the yards, Cody?
I don't know, I'm just super keen to be back, so yeah. I don't know what to say.
Councillors, clearly a team of few words, which is good. A new starter, an absolutely new starter, is Tim Michaels. Has been working on a property and brings a wide range of practical skills. So, Tim, would you like to come forward, please? Maybe we'll call you Muscles.
You need a couple of sentences at least, Tim. Come on.
I'd just like to say thanks for the opportunity, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it out where I'm at, and hopefully be there for a lot longer.
And what did you do before this, Tim?
Managing a farm out the other side of Parks. Yep.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got pretty much hands on everything, so give everything a go. So, yep.
Good on you, Tim. Well, I'll now hand over to the Director of Corporate Services, Stephen Maru.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Well, I only have one person to introduce, and that's Millie Ellum, who is our new maternity leave field youth officer. So come on down and say a few words, Millie.
Hello, I'm Millie. I am covering Britt Eastman for her maternity leave in the youth officer position. I'm so excited for this opportunity. I've come from a teacher's aide position, so working with the youth, very used to it. But yeah, so excited to see what the community does with this area.
Okay, over to our brand spanking new Works and Infrastructure Director, Dan Spears. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This one's a freshie, pardon the pun. So we have Michael Freshfield, who is a plant operator in the works team. Thanks, Michael.
Good afternoon, councillors. Thank you for this opportunity.
Hey, Michael! Come on. What did you do before you
I
came?
drove a concrete agitator
Oh, great.
for 8 years. Yep.
Fantastic. Good on you. Thank you.
No, thank
you
you.
for working for us.
The next introduction is a well-known former tradie, now working in our facilities team, Ben Godden.
Good afternoon, thank you for having me. As Dan said, former builder in town, probably for the last 15 years, been in the trade for the best part of 32. I was looking for a bit of a change, so I seen the facilities officer came up, applied for it, obviously got it, I'm here now. Looking forward to helping the town, facilities, and hopefully making things better. Thank you.
Thanks, Benny.
Madam Mayor, Ben's been doing some fantastic work out at 255 Forest Road, so I went out and had a look at what's been going on out there, so it's looking very good. There's still more to do. A couple of other problems identified, but great work you're doing out there, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah, he'll sort it. Under Ben.
Next we have trainee civil constructions guys in the works team. And the first one we have is Roland Melcrane.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for having me. My name's Riley. I've grown up in Forbes my whole life, and I'm super excited to have this position that I've been given and see where my career can grow in the council.
Good to have you, Riley. Thank
Our next trainee is also a new addition, Nate Kennedy.
Hello everyone, I'd like to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. Very delighted. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Good on you. Good on you, mate. Okay, over to planning and growth. Matthew Teal. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, councillors and the community who's watching. It gives me great pleasure to introduce a young lady who has taken the opportunity to leave corporate services. Very, very sad to lose one of his performers, but his loss is our gain. So, Simone Edgerton. Simone, if you'd like to come on down to the dais, please. Simone has decided to give herself an opportunity to become a building inspector. So Simone previously worked as the engineering admin officer out of corporate services, worked heavily with Dan and his team in engineering, but saw the light and decided to become a leader. And she's breaking down barriers and giving herself opportunities, because it's a fairly male-dominated space, building and construction, and having a female building inspector is somewhat new age. But Simone, you'll acquit yourself very well with this role. You're a strong personality, and you'll do really well. We're excited to have you, so I won't talk anymore. And allow you
She's got more time
left.
Thank you. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, absolutely thrilled to be given this opportunity to work with planning and growth to see where we can take Forbes. As I'm pretty sure Matt covered everything. Did start at council as the trainee business support officer, then obviously moved into some ESO stuff with engineering, worked closely with Janelle as well. Yeah, and I've just, well, not necessarily seen the light, but seen an opportunity to go to be a building surveyor and yeah, put my knowledge into that area. But
and
thank
bring
you.
some common sense to the job.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Thanks for that. Stefan might want to write a reply to you.
No, we don't have rights to reply here. It's done. Over to our next director, Paul Adams. Projects.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, councillors and public watching. Most last but not least is we've got Trey Merritt. Trey's been working in the projects director for some time now as in a seconded role. He was successful getting the projects supervisor projects. He's been great to have him on board. We're very glad that he applied for the role and wants to stick with us and continue punching along with the likes of Spooners Oval and delivery of the Ninja Park that is about to go, which is happening now too. But I will not steal too much of Trey's thunder. I'll let him talk.
Thanks, Paul. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mayor. I'll try and stay a little bit shorter than Matty Till. We don't like to talk a little bit. So. Yeah, just sort of like what Paul touched on there. Obviously come from the works crew previous, done a little bit in excavation as well in the 5-ton crew, which has been a great addition to the council, I think. But yeah, obviously moving in this role now, it's a good opportunity for me to further my career path, obviously coming from a trade background. So I was actually Ben's apprentice, so it's nice to be back working together with the big fella. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity, and you know, it's a great Forbes town, great town to be growing in, and yeah, thank you.
How good's that? Let's have one more round of applause. Okay, thank you everybody. We'll move on. Declarations of interest are on the screen. If anyone's got anything further to add, if you just let Janelle know, we'll pop that up there. Go Raiders! 8 o'clock tonight.
Too late.
Okay. Withdrawals. We've got our withdrawals. So we will start with business matters in progress. Okay, and we're starting on page 9.
Just before we start, can I just congratulate the GM for all the work they've put through on getting rid of all those outstanding matters, and quite amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That is great. Okay, page 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. You've done a very good job. No one has taken any matters out,
Well
so
done.
that's excellent.
Looks like you're all complete.
Yeah. That was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Very good.
Okay, Councillor Herbert.
Actually, I think I put the wrong number down, Madam Mayor. It was 15.2 that I wanted,
Yes,
not
15.1.
15.1.
Yeah, we did change it.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Two,
just-
those two.
Two? Great. Well, I just wanted to move the motion,
I'll second that.
and I just wanted to say congratulations, Phyllis, on your appointment to that position for 3 years, which is really exciting for us again with all your hats that you wear. So, well done.
Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. Thank you. Been moved by Michelle, seconded by Councillor Webb. Any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Okay. Councillor Roylance. Air quality monitoring.
Just move that recommendation.
It's been moved by Councillor Roylance and seconded by Councillor Herbert.
And I've got sort of a question on that. What is our cost of that? Is there a yearly cost on
Don't
that?
know yet.
Just down the track we'll find out.
Through you, Madam Mayor, that's the process, that we'll go to the market, seek expressions of interest and report back to you, including cost.
Is there anything else we need to do with that? Just have that one thing, the air quality?
That's all we're proposing at this stage. If the councillors or the Mayor thought there were other aspects to cover, then we're happy to take that on board. But let's get the EIO back from what we put out to the market, and we'll assess when we get
That's
that
a
back.
great thing, actually. Yeah.
So just in relation to this report, we have had concern in our community, of course, if the waste to energy goes ahead in parks. This is an opportunity for us to get some baseline data on what our air quality is like now, prior to any development. And then, of course, that will give us the ability, if there's a change in our air quality, whether it be that or whether it be something that we've approved within our Shire, we will have some data that we can rely on. So this is just about getting it to come back, pick something that's reasonably priced. I think our Director of Planning has said get 3 sites and strategically work them out, one north-south and one a bit to the west. So I think it's a really important thing that we do this. I've spoken to the Mayor of Parks. I've also suggested to him that I think that it may be a good thing for them to do as well. Just for community, just to alleviate all the concern in the community, because there may not be any change in our air quality with anything that goes on. So it's not all doom and gloom. This is about knowing whether it's good, bad or ugly.
And another question, is that something we put on our website? So we've got...
I'll be doing some...
Yeah, we've got our temperature for the day or cloudy, whatever, and air quality.
We won't be doing it on a daily basis, Councillor Rollins. I don't think we can afford that. We'll get reports. We're going to find out how often the reports, what kind of cost it
so
is.
it's not live?
It's live,
Oh.
but we will. The reporting will be when we decide we want the reporting. We'll decide whether it's fortnightly, monthly, 6 weeks, whatever. So we'll have to do that. So we need to get it all, bring it back to the chamber with whatever we get from the market for you guys to say, well, we'll have this or we'll have that. So this is just the first step in doing it. So you're moving that, Councillor Roylance, and the seconder, seconded by Councillor Herbert. Is there any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Webb.
And I'd like to move that recommendation.
It's been moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Roylance.
I realise you've just come from a meeting discussing about the impacts from the closure of the Great Western Highway. Just didn't know whether you'd like to tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, it's early days. The 3-month period is not just it's all going to be rosy after 3 months. They've got to do their work to work out what's wrong, how bad it is, and how they're going to rectify it. So this is just, instead of people going from week to week saying it's closed, they're saying 3 months up front, and then we'll get some more detail. The big thing about it is Forbes is positioned extremely well. Councillor Roylance attended the meeting with the Minister today when we had the meeting, and there's only 15 minutes difference between going to Sydney down the Hume Highway versus going the Great Western. So we're sitting reasonably comfortable here in Forbes, but it's not going to be good for our tourism. So there's a whole range of things that we'll sort of work through at the JO level and see what we can do. Basically, we've asked that we be part of the task force that's looking at it, so that anything that we can see that's affecting our community, we'll certainly bring that up in those forums. So it'll either be me or the Deputy Mayor that will be attending.
There was a question asked me too. Some of our business people in Forbes get their overnight stocks the next day. It'll be in the afternoon now. That's what it is. It won't be that morning. It'll be the afternoon. You'll get it overnight. So that's one of the things.
Thank you. Okay, any further discussion on that? I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Webb.
No.
No, Councillor Clark.
Well, it's got, I'm sorry, but it's got Councillor Webb here in my book. So
Page 42?
Yes, it's Councillor Clark's report.
Oh, he took it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd like to move the recommendation, and I'd like to...
Moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Sweeney.
And if I may, I'd like to get Aidan to talk to it.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Webb.
Come back anyway.
So this report is more to investigate. I've seen when visiting towns, more and more councils are installing the return and earn baskets on their general waste bins in their CBDs and parks. There is funding for this, so it's more just to see how we can apply for that funding and if it will be a sustainable endeavour for council. There's some photos of examples up there. The return and earn funding is around, so yeah. Thank you, Councillor Webb, for moving that.
I think it's fantastic. Any further speakers? Any speakers against? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Matisky.
Just before I move the recommendation, Madam Mayor, what happens, well, how are we situated if the mine goes ahead with the nickel cobalt and where we're going from, was it 4 trucks per day up to 90 per day? The water pipelines, the water's going up dramatically will the Shire be situated? Oh,
is it Sunrise, sorry?
Yeah, Sunrise, yes. There's going to be a dramatic increase in traffic and...
So are you moving anything or are you asking a question?
No, I'm just asking a question on that.
Okay.
Do you want to take that, Matt?
Yeah. Thank you, through you, Madam Mayor. Councillor Matisky, I guess the basic concept of this BPA is similar to the presentation that Sunrise Energy Metals provided us recently. They have and approval for the large-scale scandium and nickel cobalt mine at Fifield. What this report's about is the VPA. So the VPA is for the entirety of the development, but at the moment they're only wanting to really bring online the small-scale scandium portion of the development at this stage. And the VPA basically says we need to represent appropriately what that small scale is. So the quantums I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it says 5,000 tonnes annually, I think, processing, which is where they start, and then they go up to potentially go up to a larger level. So that will then allow us to increase that VPA for scandium itself. For nickel and cobalt, the original VPA still sits there, so that hasn't changed. There's like phase 1 and phase 2. So all the things that you've brought up as far as water access, transport, road impacts, have all been assessed and considered as part of the initial and original DA and the original consent. It's a state significant consent, which are all enshrined in the existing VPA. This VPA is really just saying we only want to do scandium at the moment, and we only want to do scandium at a really low level. So we want to have a standalone agreement. So that's what this one is about. So again, all the stuff you've asked about has been considered. It was considered years ago and exists in the existing VPA. Does that answer your question?
Yep. I'll move the recommendation.
It's been moved by Councillor Matisky, seconded by Councillor Roylance. Any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Okay, Councillor Matisky.
With the water conference, can I nominate myself and Chris Rollins to attend?
Yes, and I will attend the water conference.
You're going to mention the staff, don't you?
And the staff.
No, we have nothing to do with the staff. So you and Councillor Roylance and I go to the water conference. So
I'll nominate the staff.
yes, that's exactly right. Is that it? All good?
Yeah. Did you move that and second it?
No, who was it, sorry?
Councillor Matisky has moved that him. Councillor Roylance and I.
Need to add Councillor Matisky as well. Yeah.
And we're not delegating the General Manager, he's got the right to do that. So it's been moved by Councillor Matisky. Is there a seconder to that? Seconded by Councillor Duggan. I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Councillor Webb.
I'd like to move a motion. Yeah. To thank them for considering council for sponsorship.
Now hang on a minute, I've got that. Oh yeah, thank the organisation, yep.
For considering council in a sponsorship. However, council declines sponsorship at this declines this offer. I can talk to it later.
No, that's your motion.
That's my
Or
motion.
That's it.
Yep.
Full stop. That's been moved by Councillor Webb. Would there be a seconder to that?
Yep.
It's been seconded by Councillor Herbert. Is there any opposition to that? No opposition?
Got a question though. Got a question. That's the night of the country mayor, isn't it?
Yes.
So you and me will be there.
Yes.
That's a separate issue to what we're doing here though. But anyway.
There's no opposition. If there's no opposition, you won't even have to speak to it,
That's
Councillor
right.
Webb. So
Okay.
if there's no opposition, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against? I declare it carried. What are we up to? 18.5.
Page 101.
Hey?
Page 101.
96.
18.5.
No, it's yours.
Oh, hang on.
It's mine.
Yep.
Yeah, Jenny's. No, Jenny's been.
Excuse me, Councillor Webb.
I'd like to move the recommendation.
Second.
Been moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Clark.
Beautiful. And I would like to ask the Director of Corporate Services, or maybe Dan Spears, if you don't mind, about the fuel situation, whether it's impacting council at all, their works and their works. Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Webb. Through you, Madam Mayor. We haven't been affected as of yet. We've obviously increased our purchase of fuel to try and make sure we're as close to full as possible at any one time, but we haven't had any supply effects as of yet. Our most recent purchase was on Monday and we had it in our tanks on Wednesday, so it hasn't affected us yet. Dan gets a lot of information from the government that he distributes to Mannix, so he might want to speak a bit to what that information says, but we personally in the stores have not felt any effect yet. We are, however, a large purchaser of fuel. Just diesel alone last year would have been well over 430,000 litres of fuel.
So financially it might affect us, but
Financially it will
work-wise
affect us.
everything is
Work-wise,
usual.
no.
Through you, Madam Mayor, no. So work-wise, it's had no effect whatsoever. The fuel deliveries that we've been receiving have been increased, so we're basically not running down our fuel supply as low as what we normally would. So we're getting fuel deliveries quite regularly. We're not even getting halfway below our normal fuel capacity. So, and as far as our works go, no problem whatsoever. As far as jet fuel goes, no problem either. And our staff have been trying to fuel up, especially with leaseback vehicles, at Caltex and Ampol and whatnot, so we're not using our own supplies.
Thank you.
Can I just ask a question on that? So, for instance, work that we've put costings in for, especially with emergency work, and the cost of diesel has gone up, that must put a cost onto those jobs. Is that right?
Correct.
Is that going to increase the cost of those jobs?
Through you, Madam Mayor, it has a direct cost to the plant fund, more than anything.
Well, still, it's to this organisation.
To this organisation, absolutely it does.
I get Stefan to
To Madam Mayor, so yeah, 430,000 litres, or probably closer to 450 last financial year, just of diesel. So you're having a $1 increase on all of that, for example, per litre. You're looking at about $430,000 to $450,000 worth of cost increase for every dollar increase in purchase price for us. So it is significant. However, having said that, our budget is in the multiple of millions, but it is a significant hit to the fleet.
I'm not saying that. I just want to go back to the question. We put costings in for jobs at the old rate of diesel. We put costings in for those jobs. We haven't done those jobs yet. We're going to get paid that amount of money, and yet those jobs will have increased in cost because of fuel prices. How are we managing that?
Through Madam Mayor, if you're talking, if we put in a grant for $100,000 or $1 million, there will be an increase in the cost to us. If it's to do with the RMCC, maybe Dan could speak to that. If it's to do with some of the stuff that we do for transport, if we're getting paid at a unit cost, yes, it will increase our costs internally as a council for sure.
I know that.
I know exactly where.
What's out there at the moment that we've costed? What we've costed, we're now got.
What we're charging.
Has anyone got it yet?
Yeah, what we're charging supply. Yeah.
What is the difference?
Through Madam Mayor, yes, if you're looking at the RMCC works, the work order stuff, we would be paid at a certain rate.
And disaster funding. It's not
And
just
disaster
It's
funding.
everything.
We would be paid at a certain rate, and yes, it's now going to cost us quite a bit more to do. So, in terms of the RMCC, I know there has been stuff done at, I believe it was at the Central New South Wales JO level to say that this is going to have an impact going forward, but I don't know what else to say in regards to the RMCC works. Dan might have an idea, but...
Can I just say in the corporate world, they put a surcharge on that,
yeah,
and that could be a 40% or 50% on the fuel side of it. So you get a surcharge. Are we allowed to do a surcharge?
Fuel levy.
A fuel levy,
Fuel
which
levy.
is a surcharge, yeah. So is that possible in what we're doing? Because that's exactly what Phyllis is saying.
Yeah, through you, Madam Mayor. So a lot of our works are, say, contracted works, and we actually cost those based on a monthly basis, and actual maintenance is cost recovery. So what we spend, we get back. So it shouldn't have a huge impact on a lot of those type works. Certainly it's stuff that we've got grants for or things like that, it could have an impact if we have to increase our plant rates. We cover the fuel costs, definitely. At the moment, internal plant rates stay the same. But it's a direct impact to the plant fund.
Yeah.
If the plant fund is our funds.
Yes.
It's not about, I don't want our plant fund getting directly hit. Somehow we've got to be able to recoup that money, and we're in a position where we can make this representation and recoup that. We should not be saying, well, oh, the plant fund will wear that, because the plant fund, we're going to still be behind the 8 ball.
So through you, Madam Mayor, in terms of the work order works for the RMCC contracts, yeah, we probably will have to make representation to them. What Dan said is 100% correct. The maintenance we do is at cost recovery. So if it's a contract work under the work orders for RMCC works, if that's at $70 per metre squared, we're getting hit as a council because our fuel costs are increasing. But yeah, that's something that we probably do need to take up with transport. Not for the maintenance, just for the work orders.
Well, what I want you to do is get some figures to me so I can take it up with transport.
Yeah.
That was hard work.
Would we be regarded as an essential service?
Absolutely.
So if the worst comes to worst, if we're fuel rationed or whatever, we should be supplied.
Yeah, I think we'll be right.
I'm not an essential service.
Okay. So that's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
Aye.
Councillor Duggan.
Through you, Madam Mayor, in respect to the community funding, I think, can we go to open council?
Yes, it's been moved by Councillor Duggan to go into open discussion, seconded by Councillor Webb. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
There's a huge number for this time round, in this first round too, this year. When I look at the actual funding program, I feel that some of them that we've been advised are eligible, that certainly don't seem to fall within the guidelines of the policy. I think we need to keep that in mind with a number of these in respect to private buildings, like wanting improvements on privately owned buildings, and also some businesses that have applied here for various services. So I think we need to work through each of these applications individually and only sort of make a decisions on the ones that we know definitely fall within our policy boundaries. Then other than that, I think all the others need to be deferred for us to also workshop them with our policy. Please.
Okay, is there any further speakers?
Yes, there's a number of people who have applied who have got acquittals that are outstanding from previous funding, and whether they don't understand the process of how to do an acquittal or not, I think some of those should also be deferred. And if they require help, that council support them in completing an acquittal, because some are outstanding from 2022.
That's this here.
And we'll have. We're all good here. Are you right there? You two.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there any further discussion? You want to?
I don't have any. I think we just now need to go through these individually. The
Do you want to go through them while we're in open discussion so we can have a bit of banter, and then we'll get to
I think that would be
final
best.
decision? I think that would be beneficial.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, Madam Mayor.
Let's start with the first one. Community service. Voice to the bush. All good?
It's infrastructure, so I would be saying probably no at this stage.
Yeah.
So what did you say?
I said because it's infrastructure, I would be saying no at this stage.
It's an upgrade of works to their building.
Okay.
We can always go back, but we need to call.
I'm right. I can cope with this. I think Councillor Webb, if you don't mind, we'll be right.
Is it both?
Okay, the next one is Voice to the Bush again.
It seems like it's a part duplication from when I read it, so again, I think it needs to be deferred.
Yep. Country Women's Association, Forbes, Day Branch.
I think that should be a yes.
I'm a yes
from
on
the
that one.
funding.
Yes on that
That's
one.
their rates, like, let's be honest here. Plenary's pharmacy,
Well, that's already been a no.
Forbes childcare centre, Forbes learning ladder.
4,987.
The only thing I can ask about that, I believe under the policy there should be some contribution from the actual applicant, and it sort of is the funding, is the total cost of the funding to come under the total cost. So am I right there, or are we going into a grey area there? Aidan might be able to help us on that one, perhaps.
Yeah, I think they would be purchasing more on top of what this is. I just think that would be what they'd costed, and then they would add on top of it.
Right, yeah.
They just wouldn't have added that into there.
It is also noted that the acquittal on their 24-25, we haven't got the acquittal back in on that, and I believe under the policy that's supposed to be, or whether we're happy just to let that be followed up.
No, we need to make sure. So what we'll do, once we get the acquittal, we'll approve that.
Yeah.
Is everyone happy with that?
Yes.
Thank you, yep.
Yes.
Forbes Community Health Aqua Fitness.
Yes.
Yes. It's government, like,
But it's us, isn't it?
so isn't that New South Wales Health?
I have no idea.
I thought that was us, as in councillors.
No, we don't do it.
No.
For the aqua fitness?
It is community health.
Yeah, it's community health.
So is that New South Wales, run by New South Wales Government?
Community health is.
Yes. Well,
So, yeah.
I would say be the same with what we're doing with the schools.
Hang on, now you
So
can
it's a no?
Sorry.
Can you just let me know what you...
Sorry, yes.
So, what is it, Jenny?
We were, in the past, we've been saying no to a lot of the government fundings, like the schools, so I gather this one is the same.
in the policy it says 4.5, says council will not consider applications, blah blah, individual, commercial and government departments and agencies.
Right, it's out.
So that would
Country
be
Women's Association, Forbes
That's a no.
Night Branch.
551, that's a yes.
Yes.
We need to teach these kids how to cook. Forbes High School P&C, updated equipment which is used by P&C to provide essential food services to the students.
Well, isn't the
Isn't that a government body thing we're talking about?
But is the P&C run by the government, the school, is it, or is it separate?
It's parents and citizens.
You know what? New South Wales Government, if they need some stuff to cook some food to
They
feed
should
the
be doing
kids,
it.
they
Yeah.
should be buying it.
Yep. Exactly.
I
That's a
don't
no.
mean to be rude.
That's a no.
Forbes Rugby Union Club, upgrade of sound system for clubhouse and playing fields.
Aren't we in the process of trying to get some funding to actually build a whole new clubhouse?
Yeah, but they've still got to have the sound system.
Right, I'm just pointing that
Yeah,
out.
no, but this is for game day and that, isn't it?
This is for outside sound? Yes.
And it's not just them, it's all the other sporting facilities,
And the
big
barbecue
carnivals and
championships.
barbecue competitions.
Can you explain the 59.50 though? That's
I think that's very generous of them. Are we going with it or not?
Yes.
That just makes me want to laugh.
Yes.
So are we going with it?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Let's not be trying to work out how other people think.
I'm
We've got
sorry.
to look at what we've got
I
in
should
front
never
of
do
us.
that.
Havana House Ministries, replacement entrance reception area floor covering.
It's infrastructure.
Infrastructure,
So
it's a no.
probably
Can
no.
we also
That's
note that there
outstanding
has been no
acquittals.
acquittals for 1, 2, 3, 4 other fundings that have gone to them. Unfortunately, there's no acquittals.
Are
there.
they the acquittals for Christmas? That's what I wanted to know.
No, it doesn't say that. They're all various amounts, so I would assume they're different.
Maybe the $1,500 one might be Christmas.
Well, that's a question to ask.
So, no until we're getting acquittals.
First, yeah.
And
And
maybe,
also-
Madam, where we could provide some assistance there to complete acquittal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But are you saying with them it's a yes, but you've got to do the
No,
acquittals?
because
No,
it's
no,
infrastructure.
do your acquittals and then we'll relook at it.
Just look at it because it is
We'll
infrastructure.
relook at it. They look after a lot of very people
Yeah.
in this town. This is a very big service.
Absolutely
If we
incredible
didn't have,
people.
we'd have more homeless than what we've got. So we'll get our acquittals. We're saying no, get the acquittals and relook.
Then look at it, yeah.
The next one, it's a no.
That's a no.
The next one, it's a no.
Oh.
Regional Counselling Limited. Tackling tough conversations skill and
That's a
student
no.
leadership intensive Forbes High School.
That's a no. Yeah, that's another business coming in, providing a service. Again, they should go to the State Education Department.
River Dreaming Aboriginal Corporation, licence fee associated with the parcel of land located on the river.
Well, yes, that's a yes, I
Can I
believe.
have ask a quick question in regards to that? It says in-kind support for a licence fee. Is it our fee we give them, or is it a different fee altogether?
Beg your pardon?
It's with a parcel of land located on the River Road, so it's not
Assuming
really.
That's a Crown land.
Yeah, so it's really not in-kind support, is
It's
it?
in cash. It's, so
Yeah, I just want to make sure
request
it's a cash thing, it's not in-kind
Yeah.
support, so there's been an error there?
No, it looks like it's cash on the
Yep.
spreadsheet.
Thank you.
So we're yesing on that one?
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's not in-kind, that's all I needed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Next
well,
one
it's
is
not in the
Rotary
in-kind
No.
column.
Yeah, it's in the wrong spot.
It's in the amount requested, they want dollars.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
in kind.
Rotary Club of Forbes, Ipamea.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in,
Yes.
in kind, so that's a yes.
Urana Gunya Family Healing Centre Aboriginal Corporation, Meeting Place Scout Hall Door Replacement Project.
That's
Well, that's, no, it's
infrastructure.
infrastructure.
Forbes and District Tennis Club Incorporated.
9,080.
Water bubbler required, install a water bubbler at our tennis complex, including electrical works and plumbing.
Look, I believe that's a no, because most people now, especially post-COVID, bring their own water, and that's a huge amount. That's like their total, they're asking for 5 from council, total cost of 6,500. It's a lot of money for a bit of water.
All in agreement with the
Yeah.
cost? Right.
No.
Forbes Digger Harness Racing Club, this is for the Anzac.
I believe that's a
It's-
yes. But
it's
it's
yes.
all
I'm a
in
yes
kind.
for that. I'm
Yes.
definitely a yes.
We've always done
That's
that.
only because it's all.
Digger
Long
Swimming support for the Digger Swimming Club.
Yep.
I reckon we do that too. Righto, down to the next one. Forbes District Soccer Club, Women, Youth Gym and Limited Income Trial Play Participation.
Yep.
There's an acquittal outstanding for $4,000 for last year.
Acquittal, outstanding. Reconsider after that's done. Everyone clear with that?
Yep.
Forbes Dragon Boat, Boat Trolley and Come and Try Paddles.
Well, there's an acquittal outstanding there.
Is it classified as sporting?
Same applies, get the acquittal done.
Can I note that acquittal does go back to 20-21? whether-
Well, that's okay, we'll get the acquittal
Yeah,
done and then
okay.
we'll reconsider it.
Can I-
We need to have some consistency.
Can I have a quick question, if I may? Did we not do a ramp or something already for the
That's a boat ramp.
boat club? Was there something, or was it just access into the water? I just remember vaguely something
Yeah,
about a ramp.
We have applied for a pontoon for a grant for the pontoon for the Dragon Boat Club to get in there and also fishing.
Rightio, so we haven't actually done anything in there.
No, that's just a grant application.
Rightio, thank you.
And our contribution there.
Yep.
We haven't done that on that.
So acquittal needs to be done and then we'll reconsider it.
Yep.
Correct.
Forbes Flying Club, replace the clubhouse final floor.
Infrastructure, no.
Forbes Junior Cricket Association iPad upgrade.
This is a bit confusing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of iPads involved in that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
I'm
them.
saying no.
Sure, there's enough iPads around.
I think everyone's going to say no.
I think I'm saying no with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Forbes Preschool, Nelson Park upgrade. They've got 150,000 and they're wanting $5,000. They're not for profit and they do a great job.
Well, I'm
And they're
thinking yes, because it is an eyesore and it would be a great community use area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So it's
Got a yes?
It's a yes. Forbes Rodeo.
No, we're waiting for an acquittal.
Reconsider after a acquittal. Forbes Senior Cricket, in-kind support for senior cricket.
Can I just ask, is where the cricket's played for senior cricket, is that part of council maintenance to get their wickets
Yeah, we do all
fixed?
that.
So really we don't need to do that if council should be doing those parts as maintenance? Just a question.
Yeah, through you, Madam Mayor, they actually pay a contribution for the management of turf wickets.
Okay.
So yeah, they actually do pay council to manage the turf wickets for them. But synthetic fields, no, they don't pay towards that.
So what's this asking for then?
The 5,000 in kind, what do they want you to do?
Yes.
More information, we'll put a question mark there, more info.
Yeah, it is, it's not quite clear.
Okay, more information, we'll defer it. Forbes sorting and penning.
There's an acquittal outstanding.
Yep, acquittal before we decide on that one.
When the acquittal's done,
We'll come back, don't
Comes
come
back.
back here.
It's not a
Come back
yes,
to the
it's
So it's
chamber.
not automatic yes. That's
To be
fine.
tabled again.
No, we'll reconsider them back in this chamber. Forbes Squash and Sports Club, Forbes Open and Forbes Junior Open Tournament.
I'm saying yes to that.
Yeah, I reckon.
Because they've got the potential to offer world title points to elite players, and I think that's really exciting that it be classed as a national event. Yeah.
I agree with you there, but also note the 24-25 acquittal isn't in. So I think that's a yes with the acquittal. Okay, but a definite yes.
Well, we've got to
Not a
treat
written.
it the same as everyone else, so
Exactly right.
it's not being done until the acquittal is done. So when this is going out, if we could, Stephen, if we could just make it clear that once we get the acquittal, we'll reconsider it fairly quickly.
No.
Lachlan Valley United Fizzy.
That's a business.
Right. Mourinho Progress Sports Association. This is their picnic day.
Yes.
Yes, but can I change that and put it in the different category, in the rural category, please? Yeah, it's rural.
It's sport and recreation.
Yeah, but we've got no one in the rural category, and I thought that might fit in the rural.
Sport
I
and
know
rec.
it sounds silly.
I know sport and rec's where it should be though.
Right, that's fine. Leave it where it is.
We'll find the Jerabong put in something for that rural village enhancement.
Yeah, and that goes in the rural thing.
Where we'll get on to the Jerabong.
Yeah. No, it's
Okay, over to the next one. Art Society mid-year exhibition, July 2026, Forbes Town Hall.
Well, I'd say
That's
yes,
in kind.
It's only in kind,
but they still have acquittals outstanding.
1, 2, 3. They've got 3 acquittals outstanding.
4 is it?
One's not one not due yet, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. 2, 3.
Right. We'll get them done. Grazing down the Lachlan. It's a big yes from me. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, they've got 3 acquittals
They've got 3
outstanding as
3
well.
acquittals hanging out.
You know what? The acquittals, we should not be accepting people putting in if they haven't done an acquittal.
Shouldn't get to this point.
So if I could just say, could we have some staff follow up about the acquittals?
Yep.
If I could please say that, because, you know, I know when you're out there working in a community organisation, the last thing you think about is doing an acquittal. But if they're putting in, that they should have said, get your acquittal in or we won't consider it. You know, we need these kind of rules.
Yeah. Well, it should have been done back in 2022.
And I think
We'll reach out to those organisations.
Yeah.
And I think,
yeah.
and I think noting that some of those people have since left those committees, so it does make it hard, but it's still required.
So-
We're good at cleaning up that stuff, aren't we?
Grazing down the Lachlan will be back this year. So we'll just ask for the acquittals, but we will say we as soon as we get them, we are going to, because they'll need that to start to get organised.
Yeah.
That we're all happy to approve that once we've got the acquittals.
Yes.
Yes.
Grazing down the Lachlan. All good. It's a very big event for the town. So. Spike Flynn and the hometown boys.
I can ask a couple of questions about this via Councillor Herbert. Yeah, and I know we're both not up to speed with it, but these are songs about Forbes, right? So they can go into our history side of things, and I don't know whether we own the IP for these songs. That's the other issue from this point on, or does that group own the IP, and then we just pay for the songs? There's a lot of questions to be asked with this, so yeah.
I think it requires
The
more
question that we're
investigation.
asking today, do you want to give them $5,000 or not?
No, but at some stage we want to come back and revisit that. So yeah.
I'm just not sure where they fall because it's an individual as well. So, you know, we don't do that.
I know, that's the other issue. We've got to find some way of doing that, but I don't know how to do it, and I don't reckon $5 grand's our figure, but it's just, we need to know the
really
IP.
good work. Yeah. Great to have such agreement. If you'd like to move to go back in, I'll let you know what we're going to approve and what we're not. So
I'll second that.
Moved by Councillor Duggan, seconded by Councillor Roylance. We'll go back into council. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Started clear. Carried. Okay. We are approving the Country Women's Association. We are approving Forbes Shire, Forbes Childcare Centre Learning Ladder after their acquittal is done. Country Women's Association, the Night Branch, we are approving. Forbes Rugby Union, we're approving their sound system. River Dreaming Aboriginal Corporation, we are approving. Rotary Club of Forbes, we are, IPAMEA, we are approving. Forbes Digger Harness Racing, we are approving. And Diggers Swimming, we are approving. Forbes Preschool, we are approving. Warringah Progress and Sports Association, we are approving. Grazing down the Lachlan will be approved after their acquittal. Now, we'll go back and there are others. So, did you get all that?
I've got them all notes, yeah.
Okay. We are not approving Boys to the Bush. There's two of those. We're not approving Flannery's Pharmacy. We are not approving Forbes Community Health Aqua Fitness. We are not approving Forbes High School. We are not approving Havana House. We are not approving Jessica Alice Whalen. We are not approving Ken Wolfen. We are not approving Regional Counselling Limited. Urana Health Centre Aboriginal Corporation, we are not approving the door. Forbes District Tennis Club, we're not approving that. We're not approving Forbes Flying Club. We're not approving Forbes Junior Cricket. We are not approving Lachlan Valley United Fizzy. And we are not approving Spike Flynn and the Hometown Boys. Everything else besides that, I will let you know. We have got we need an acquittal from the Learning Ladder. We need acquittals from Havana House. We need acquittals from Forbes District Soccer Club. We need them from the Dragon Boat Club, Forbes Rodeo Incorporated, Forbes Senior Cricket, Forbes Sorting and Penning, and also from the Forbes Squash Club and the Forbes Art Society. They are the ones that we need acquittals from. So would someone like to move that? So moved by Councillor Duggan. Seconded by Councillor Cradiana. Is there any opposition? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Did you just make sure that you had that you didn't put, can you just flick back down so I can have a look, please?
I haven't put them in, I've just got them all
I've
written.
got them all written down in an Excel
That,
spreadsheet.
see that there?
Yeah.
Can you take all of those figures out because they will not be right?
Yeah.
We don't want any of that in the resolution. The resolution was strictly what I just gave you, and we'll get
populate that.
and we'll, yeah,
We've got a
we'll get
spreadsheet
yeah.
which we can circulate.
We'll get a figure on that before the end of the council meeting, if possible, about what we've categorically approved.
It's all done.
You've got that.
Yep.
Here next council.
Done and calculated.
He's got that now.
How much is it?
So you have the pure yeses, if you include Country Women's Association, Forbes Childcare, which I'll say is a yes, not deferred for acquittal. Country Women's Association again, Forbes Rugby Union Club. The total for all of them is 33,701. We have a bunch where we require acquittals. The total for the acquittals is 35,450.
So is some of them in that 33?
Beg your pardon, so 33 is the purely approved, no further.
There's no
work
acquittals.
needed.
You just said there were two
No,
acquittals
yeah, there were
in that.
two, which was grazing down the Lachlan, which I think we changed that to say we don't need an acquittal from them.
No,
is
we
that
need an
correct?
acquittal.
Okay, so that becomes an acquittal.
But we'll endorse
grant that.
So
Yeah.
take that out.
And then the
And there was the
other
other
one was the childcare, I believe. Was that correct? Yeah. So if you take out those two, ready to approve now, $23,714. Acquittal, awaiting acquittal, $40,450, which is about $3K over the budget, I believe.
Yeah.
But then we have to review the acquittals.
How did it go 3K over the budget when we didn't change any figures?
Beg your pardon? Because the through you, Madam Mayor, the community funding program was significantly oversubscribed. That's why. So you have reduced the amount we're granting significantly, but we're still over budget. Only by 1,000 or 2, so it's not a huge amount, but.
What's that sitting at the moment?
So you have a few.
No. What is the full total?
So 2
150?
seconds.
You mean for the year?
For the year's 150,000.
Yeah,
2
well, we most
seconds.
probably need to bump it up to about 175.
We bump up every year.
And then we won't be over budget.
We're over.
So when you're doing, I'll just flag it for you now.
Yeah.
When we're doing our budget, if you could just pop that up to 175, and we'll try and stick to the 150.
Through Madam Mayor, noted.
Righto. Okay. Righto. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. It's clear as mud, but anyway, I think we've.
No, we've got it. It's,
Yeah, I
it's
think
clear.
you have. Yeah, and I've got
It'll
it
be
in
clear,
here.
it'll
And I've
be
got
clear
stuff
when
in
we
here.
type that up
Yeah.
in the draft minutes.
Okay, Councillor Matisky. You got the floor.
Out of time.
Page 110.
Works report.
Infrastructure.
It'd be good if you turn it on.
Yeah. I was trying to do that, I remember what it was. It was just with, I moved the recommendation and I just think
I'll second that.
Yeah,
with
hang on, I'll get it. It's been moved by Councillor Matisky, seconded by Councillor Williams. You've got the floor, Councillor Matisky.
it just, automatic flood measuring on Pinnacle Road, that's a brilliant project that will save a lot of rescues. So well
Yeah.
done.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, look, it's great that that we applied for and very keen to get, because obviously in the past we've had a lot of vehicles stuck in the water and some near misses. So definitely the grant funding received was greatly greatly well received.
Is that where Google takes them?
The GPS.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
So at the moment we've got a lot of signs out there that says ignore your GPS.
I wish I ignored it.
Unfortunately people seem to like them and they go missing.
They ignored the sign.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's installation I'm hoping will be very soon. So we've actually engaged a contractor now, so that process should start and be underway.
Great. Any further discussion on that? If not, I'll put it. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I carried. Councillor Webb, I think you've won today, I must say.
Before I move a recommendation, can I please talk to I've got to get the new name too, the Manager of Works, Infrastructure and Works.
You've got to, are you asking questions? Because if
Yes.
you're not, you're going to move the motion.
I'd like to ask a question.
You can ask a question.
Thank you. So, the safe and secure water, we've already got money for the pipeline for that. So you're now asking us to approve some more money. Are you trying to ask us to apply for the safe and water to get some more money, or are we going to use the funds in our water reserve?
Yeah, through you, Madam Mayor. So the initial round of funding was to do the bore duplication pipeline project. And what they've said now that we've bought the new property with the new bore is that we could find some extra money to help you get a pipeline from that new bore across to that duplication project. So it's additional on top of.
So it's actually coming from funding?
Yes.
Yes.
We need extra funding.
So I just got confused because it's got financial implications saying it's coming out of our water reserves, but that's only the top-up money.
That's
That's our contribution, not the whole amount.
No.
Thank you.
So basically, they've already given us $4 million, or thereabouts, a little bit more. And basically, what we're saying is that we'd like to apply for variation and get a total of 3.
Yes.
And we'll contribute out to
From the water reserve, and then they
Yep.
do the rest. Thank you.
Yep, spot on.
I've asked my. Thank you.
I'd like to state the point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Through you, Madam Mayor. If I could just add to that, Dan, as well, that there was some time constraints on this because we were getting positive vibes from the granting body about putting in this application. Dan and I discussed it with the Mayor, so we've actually lodged the application, okay? So what we're asking here is for Council to endorse that decision that we made, the Mayor and I made between Council meetings, to actually lodge the application. We had to get it in, but if you disagree with that, we can withdraw.
No, I
the
just wanted
application.
further clarification.
Yeah, that's why
all.
it states endorse the decision,
Yeah.
just for clarity.
Thank you.
And just so you know, Dan's done a lot of great work in getting us funding through that Safe and Secure water program. We've been very fortunate in the applications that he's put in.
So when we do funding and then we get when we have a list of all our grants, successful grants, is that funding like Safe and Secure Water, that's not part of our grant? It doesn't show up anywhere, does it?
Through
Does
you,
it
Madam
or
Mayor.
not? Because
It should do.
it
Yeah,
does?
we try to make sure we capture all the infrastructure and works grant applications in the grant report. Sometimes I do slip through, correct, you are right. And this one could be missing.
No, I just had a quick look and couldn't, but I was just, yeah.
It's like Road to Recovery. We know we're going to get it.
Yes.
We know we're going to get a certain amount. Safe and Secure, we should be getting money out of that
Yeah.
when we put in for it. It's just about showing it that we have had those contributions.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, I guess, different departments and I guess a different way of managing it. But we try to provide that information to the grants team so the PMO can make sure they report on it. 90% of the time gets right, sometimes we miss one.
That's fine. I'd like to move the recommendation.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been moved by Councillor
Second.
Evans, seconded by Councillor Roylands. Yep.
I just got a question. Why do we, can't we transfer the water from that, was it Wirrabilla to our bores on the river? If it's in the same aquifer, with the Bland Creek paleo channel, people are transferring water from their bores to the mine, to their bores. So why can't we do it in this instance?
I think it's really just so we can have multiple bores running at the same time, is what we're trying to do here. So we'll be having the duplicate pipeline running not at capacity when we've got our other bores on the river going, And by having Wirrabilla running at the same time, we can run more water through those pipelines.
But once you get to the river, you're into the existing pipelines. So there's really no, it's just a big cost to your water supply, bore water would be more reliable close to the river than what it will be out there.
All the testing has shown that it's quite reliable. It's a good source of water, good quality water. So yeah, we don't have any doubts that this water would be suitable for use and just as reliable as the river pours.
So you're just talking the quantity of water that we're going to get from the 2 bore lines is much better than if we only just had the one going.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
the quantity. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're around 80% secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, your trigger point out there, you know, be another problem with bores in that area. And the bore lines, we're duplicating the bore lines from the river to our waterworks, aren't we?
Yeah, well, this one will connect into the actual duplicate bore line we're also doing right now. So Wirrabilla will hook into that system. So it won't come all the way into town. It'll actually just come across and meet that bore line.
Yeah, I just don't see the need of putting the pipeline in from Wirrabilla into our existing pipeline.
Look, the study showed that there's very good supply there, and there is opportunities potentially that we could also see new bores in that location down in the future. So having a reliable source of water from that location across will give us, I guess, reliability in multiple sources.
And correct me, we get more volume of water when we're pumping from the river, aren't we, than we do from the bore?
Well, obviously, pumping from the river, we can, obviously, it's pretty much limited while the river's running well, but the idea of having the bore water is that
In times of drought.
times of drought, the waterproofs, drought-proofs us as well. But also, we often blend the two. The issue we've got with pure river water is the quality of it. Obviously, it's a lot dirtier. It's a lot more difficult to treat.
All good? Okay, I'm going to put that. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Again, started carried. Now, with the grants, if I could just say, there's grants that we get that all councils get. Of course, we get our FAGS grants, we get our RTR grants. I don't want them sitting up in the grant officer's reports as if we were very lucky to get that, because we're not getting that through the grants officer's work. There are some things that we are going to get and we're entitled to, and I think we need to segregate that from where it's competitive. Like Safe and Secure is competitive, isn't it? It's competitive, so having that in that report is really good. But having Road to Recovery, which I've seen, and also our financial assistance grants in that report, it needs to be, they're just separate grants that we're going to get anyway. So it's not through any great work that we're going to do from the council perspective that's going to give us money for those. So we need that sort of separated out, because it inflates what we think we're getting because we're so good at it from the government, you know, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but it'd be really good to have that a little bit more accurate. Anyway, we'll move on from there now. And we are Councillor Matisky. He's nudging you, Councillor Webb, but anyway, Waste and Environment Report on 135.
Thomas?
When you're ready.
Galvanised burr, Councillor Matisky.
Burrs, that's nice.
Take your time, Councillor Matisky.
Yeah, we've got all day. We've got all day.
Don't let them put pressure on you.
No, I don't.
I'm not
have you
allowing
pulling.
that.
No, I don't.
No, I don't have you.
Galvanised bird, I can believe. Thank you,
Oh,
Matthew.
A major projects report.
Just to help you out a bit.
Yeah. Thank you. A question with galvanised burr on the...
You're up already.
Sorry, I asked you about that earlier. Can we get into spraying that while it's still only a minor problem? Because there's something will take over.
You're talking about the Kumbungi down there?
No, galvanised burr.
Oh, no.
We need
Don't remind him of that.
Kumbungi down there at the lake.
Through you, Madam Mayor, yes, thank you, Councillor Matisky. So yeah, just for background, so people understand what we're talking about, there's some galvanised burr that is infesting the lake at the moment. Councillor Matisky wants it jumped on quickly so it doesn't spread, which is appreciated. So what I'll do is I'll get a biosecurity officer to get in contact with you so you can identify exactly where it is. We'll get that eradicated. If the Kumbungi also is an issue, we can look at ways of managing that too. I know at different times in the past we have burned it out, whether that be via accident or a planned fire, or also we've attempted to spray it too. It's always a bit of a challenge, and cut it from the water as well. So
in a boat.
yeah, that's it. It's always a little bit of a challenge, the Kumbungi. But thank you, mate. Yeah, we'll certainly get that addressed.
Thank you. The recommendation.
Thank you. It's been moved by Councillor Matisky.
Happy to second that.
Seconded by Councillor Ronez. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it.
Sorry, the GM wanted me to quickly talk about the landfill. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah. Just before you do, you're just moving that as is. You don't want to put in what you wanted in there.
It's going to be recognised now.
Yeah,
so
and also the Kumbungi is really taken off considerably on the northern side of the walkway down near the CMA building. Really, and if it goes in, it just keeps going up the channel. Okay, yeah. Over to you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So yeah, there was a question earlier on with regards to the landfill and what's happening out of Darubaby. So for the community's benefit and for the councillors here, we're getting towards, as you guys understand and know, we're getting towards the end of the life of the current landfill site, and we have prudently secured some land adjoining it for our future expansion. Today's landfill is old technology, if I can call it that. It was developed about 30 years ago, so it's a landfill cell that is unlined. So it has a compacted base layer, but it doesn't have plastic in there. We don't capture the leachate and then recycle it back onto the landfill because of its age. Moving forward, the new technology is that you do have to line that, and you do have to recycle that leachate water. Leachate is, we used that term previously, bin juice. That's the best way to
Love
describe
bin juice. That's good.
Leachate for you. But it's the liquid product of the putrescible waste breaking down, and it passes through the cell, through the voids. Anyway, it gets recycled, gets reused through the site. So the new landfill will be really Mickey Mouse, right up to speed with today's standards. The projects team are working on the expansion, and if you've been to the landfill lately, you'll see there's a large freshwater sedimentation pond that's on site. There's some drainage. We've recently had a lot of the green waste chipped. There's a flurry of activity, as the report says, and that is the old existing leachate pond. We have stripped out the base of it, and we are excavating that to go down a few metres, and that will buy us time to landfill to then be able to go into the new area. So if you're out at the site at the landfill and you see dump trucks, front end loaders, D9 dozers, it's all that work to just get us some more fill space to be able to manage our waste over the next 12 months before we then break into the new space and start utilising that area. Probably coming to you guys in the not too distant future will be the front of house layout and how that will look. There's some different technology that Paul's been working on with regards to what does the public interface with at the landfill. Certainly we're getting to a point where, and it's been happening for a while in other regional landfills, that you don't go to the tip face anymore. You don't go up to where the big compactor is and you're not just dumping off. It's a far more controlled and regulated space where you drive your car to a spot, you empty your waste, and then that's taken to an area you don't see, where it's a bit more dangerous, and it gets treated there. So we'll come back to you and show you that in the next little while as we get through all the details finalised. But yeah, the waste space is definitely changing, and there'll be pressures placed on some of this stuff with the increase in fuel prices as well. So anyway, has anyone got any questions?
Another one. How are we looking for getting funding for our new waste depot?
Paul secured some funding for a trial of what are called L-bins. So that's the interface for the public to dump their waste. It's a significant amount, obviously, the first stage of the expansion area, and I don't know if there's actually a funding stream that we'd be eligible for
You
the...
go to the EPA though, you tell them what you're doing, you fight for it.
Yeah, we'll have to say, we'll have to go and fight that fight. There's money to close old landfills that we'll probably be able to go for. There's money to improve the landfills. But for the construction of the new cells that we're doing, there are no clear streams. We need to pick up that argument and run it with the EPA. So we'll find.
Well, we need to make an appointment with the Minister in relation to funding, especially closing the other one.
Definitely closing the other one.
So I think General Manager and I and the appropriate officer should go and have a discussion with the EPA or the Minister in relation to funding opportunities for our new waste depot.
Just on the old depot, we've had a spate of thefts out there lately. What you steal from I just got me completely bamboozled. But they're cutting through the fence and doing all sorts of weird things. They're on TV cameras, everything. Blows me away.
I don't know who you've been talking to, but you've got exactly what's going on.
You've been away.
Through you, Madam Mayor, Councillor Rhodes is correct. Yes, we do. It's probably more regular than you would realise that there is elements of the community that think that the landfill is a great place to visit at night, for whatever reason. They're cutting the security fence. It's actually putting us in a really precarious position because if they get injured while they're in there, we are liable for some of that. So the things that are being stolen. So in the past there was things like copper wire and there was diesel. But that stuff now has been secured and it's not stored there and there's only smaller limited amounts. So what we're finding that people are stealing and they are dragging it out into the adjoining TSR on the eastern side of the landfill is things like old metal bed frames, pieces of security fencing, prams, bikes, stuff that really doesn't have a lot of value.
Which probably ends up back in there anyway. So.
Probably does. And, you're right, there is security vision. We've got trail cameras set up in that area. And it's probably not the right thing to say, but I guess I'll say it. It makes for some interesting viewing, watching the people try and get that stuff into very small cars that seem to get out there to try and get it away. And then only half the stuff goes because the car chosen to transport it was not the appropriate size. But I think from our point of view, we are seriously considering, do we have a conversation with the contractor out there and say, do we set up an area that people can
pick from?
Pilfer.
Exactly. So there's let me take it one step back. We have a no scavenging rights to the public at the landfill. Some places people can go there and take stuff and go back out. Other places have tip shops, and generally the contractor runs the tip shop, and it's an opportunity to recoup some funding from their operations. It's quite clear out in our landfill, it says no scavenging. The only scavenging rights are the person that's in charge. Of course, scrap metal for duty is the contractor. So the conversation might be, can we set up an area where people can come out during work hours, rather than cut the fence and create havoc, just they can go and pick through it in a safe area, or they can go and say, I'm looking for something, and if something comes in, we can say, we've got it put away for you, and that might stop the problem. But at the moment, it's quite frustrating.
What about electrifying the fence?
I was thinking that, electric the fence.
Yeah, I don't know if we're able to, but it would certainly fix the problem.
I actually think that's a really good idea, because if people do go out and reuse stuff that's from the tip, that's going to reduce our quantity of stuff out there, so that extends the life of our tip.
Yeah.
So I actually think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, and I think on the back end of that too, Councillor Herbert, is the attitude of waste has changed. People, we have a throwaway kind of attitude of society, but then there's often people that can find a use of something that someone else has decided to throw it away. So rather than just stick it in a big hole, it's probably a reasonable thing. So that's my plan, is to go out and see if we can solve this problem. I haven't spoken to Andrew yet about it on site, but that was sort of this week. I had a discussion with our waste officer about this, Liv, and I said, what do you think, Liv? And she said, well, it might work. Nothing else is working at this point in time. So anyway, thanks for raising it, Councillor Reid.
Got a little of stuff.
Yeah.
Tip shop,
Can we,
putricity.
I reckon tip shop's a good idea.
Bin juice. Bin juice, I love bin juice.
Because I think people would take some reasonable good stuff and take it out to the tip shop. And it's easier to take stuff like that there than your bins or trying to get someone, say you've got a beautiful cupboard or a little table or something, you take it out there. It's hard to take that kind of stuff to the other op-shoppy things. So I think we should seriously look at that with the new chip, that we do have a tip shop.
Not too sure if I should have brought that up now. Anyway.
Okay.
Great sales tax a new problem.
We have, yeah.
I phrased that before.
Is there a warranty on it?
Finally.
30 days.
Yeah. The Orange has got a big gift shop there.
Oh,
I'm not sure who runs it.
I don't think I'd call it a gift shop, but anyway.
Well, whatever, you can go there and they've got a surprising amount of stuff there.
The costing of that management would need to be taken into account.
Okay, we're going to move on.
But as far as electrifying things, they're not. The power doesn't worry them. They've gone and cut the power wires out of the Back Creek silo, and they were live. Yeah.
Okay, we move on. Councillor Clark.
Is it one? No. Councillor Matisky, I think. 148.
148.
We just had.
Just 21.1.
Yeah, I was dodging you. I'm sorry, Councillor.
Oh, dodging it.
The major projects report from Jake Hemming.
Major projects.
If you want to know, it's page 148.
Your question with the ambulance station, can we get the outside completed so we can get rid of the fencing? Is that within the budget?
For you, Madam Mayor, I think you, Councillor Matisky, we're working with Art Society just to exactly where we can get to with the budgets at the moment.
It'd just make a big difference there if we can get the outside done.
And we all agree with that.
We're all in agreement there. We're just in some detailed discussions.
Is that owned by council, or are we paying lease on that external fencing?
Society is paying for the fencing.
Right, yeah. So it's beneficial for us to try and get rid of it financially as well.
For them, yes.
Yes.
Sorry,
I'll move the recommendation.
Thank you, Councillor Matisky.
Second that.
It's been moved by Councillor Matisky, seconded by Councillor Rylance. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it carried. I think you've got the floor now, Councillor Clark. I'm on it.
Move the motion, Madam Mayor.
It's been moved by Councillor Clark. Is there a seconder? Yep. Seconded by Councillor Herbert.
I think option 2 is obviously the most logical sense. Just a question, would there be, do we have to keep the fencing, or is that something that you guys are investigating, or just a sign to say don't go on it? Or?
Through you, Madam Mayor, Councillor Clark, hoping to be able to put a sign up. We're putting it away from the playground.
Yep.
Because the fencing is, we're definitely not putting that fencing back in.
Yeah, good.
We're putting the fencing back in, it'll definitely be much more sympathetic to the engine. But we're hoping to do away. We just need to do a bit of a risk assessment with our governance team and Parks and Gardens to make sure that that's all kosher.
So where's it going to go?
On the corner.
To the corner. Corner. It's like 75 metres.
Yeah, option 1.
Option 2.
Just kind of
Option 2.
Option 2.
Option 2 is the visitors information
But then
centre.
it changes down the bottom.
Yeah, I am, but I'm, yeah.
Oh, well, I think
I'm glad it's an
option
option
1.
3. Thank God for that.
Option 2, just on the corner of James.
James End Junction.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
It'll be out of the road, at least people can see it.
And it's been there for years.
And it's still in the park.
I think that's great.
Okay. Is there any further discussion on that? Everyone clear? We'll put it. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against? I declare it carried. Councillor Matisky. Multi-purpose equestrian centre.
At the last meeting there was a motion moved that we supply RHS or tubing to make gates, and in the there was a flyer came out during the week there from the panels there for $88 each, which had sufficed to do the job. And if we were going to supply the pipe, it's about there's about 16 metres of pipe to go into one of those gates, and that's about $186. We can buy a panel for $88.
We'll get a mover and a
And
seconder.
I think I'd like to move that we buy the panels.
No, yeah, righto, you're...
Add that to it.
Give us your motion.
I'd like to move that we buy the panels. It'll be the cheapest option to supplying them with material.
May I ask a question, Madam Mayor?
Yeah, just hang on 1 sec. I'm going to get a motion on the books before I'm doing one other thing. Otherwise, we're just going to be a rabble. The council purchased the panels. And what's the next bit?
What size are they?
They're all basically.
No, word. What? I want this.
In lieu of us supplying the material.
The council purchased the panels for the gates for the MEC. Is that your...
Yes.
That's it?
Yep. That's it.
You've been moved by councillor...
Sorry, but may I say, we don't know what size the panels are. Do we have any measurements?
They've got the measurements. I mean, council will have to...
There's a numerous amount of panels.
But would we have to need that in the... This was about who's going to pay for them and do them. Do we need sizes here in the chamber today?
Well, I just don't know what size.
We've worked that out.
We looked at the panels.
I'm going to get a seconder.
I'll second it next
right,
one.
It's been seconded by councillor Rylance.
We looked at panels at topsoil, and the panels here are the same size. They're 2.1 metres by 1.8, so they're standard size.
As they currently have.
I'll just get a comment.
But we got it cheaper.
So I'm just
I'll just get the project officer, director.
Panels. If that's a cost saving, I think it's a no-brainer. I think I missed the last committee meeting, unfortunately, but there was a discussion on assessing exactly what we need from the design. So we'll have to go back to, I think, looking at the minutes, there's an item there to actually consult with the user groups to find out what we need. And would be, is council willing to set a budget at this stage, or we
get some pricing, come back.
Get some pricing and come back.
And be quick about it because we're about to set our...
Yeah, I think so.
Budgets, so yeah. I'll consult.
Can I ask my question?
Yeah.
My question would be, are those panels to the same quality and like strength? Is there a reason that they ask for the piping rather than a fence panel to start with? Like especially if there's animals involved that they might, break it or whatever. So that would be my
We think
concern.
we'll definitely form part of that assessment of how many panels, what we want, and also look at the quality of the...
They're a 6-rail panel, and we've got panels,
Designed.
panels the same as these.
They're designed for cattle.
And they're designed, they're cattle
Okay.
panels. We've got them on the farm, and we haven't destroyed them yet. We've tried.
Just wanted to check on that.
Now, I'm just going to sort this out, Councillor Matisky. It's a very good motion that you've got there, but there's a whole 100 other of them from that committee, and we could we possibly include them? Like the council undertake further testing of the microphones with committee meeting Jody and all of that. Like there are others here. Can we incorporate the other recommendations from that meeting in, like the CCTV cameras, the water supply, all of that? Can you just, yeah.
I think that's how it happens. What we'll do is we'll put this as number 1, part 2, which will incorporate that will be part 2.
Yeah, well, it's not at the moment, so I'm just making sure that we get 22.4.1 down to its first, and then the one that Councillor Matisky is changing is 22.4.2, and he's changing it to say the council purchased the panels for the gates. Yeah. So all that first bit, 22.4.1, we go down until we come to the MEC gates and panels, and that is 22.42, and that is what Councillor Matisky has moved, and it's been seconded. Are you happy for the rest of that first part going into that, both mover and seconder?
Yes.
Yes. So that means all of that, right down to there. Now, Councillor Matisky, will you, the council meet with the committee members, Troy Reid on site to further discuss the cattle yards layout? Can that go in as well in that?
Okay, yeah.
Under your saying us buying?
Yeah, it'd be good to have that.
Okay, so can we just make sure that's in there? Yes, that's it.
Could you include me in that, please, Madam Mayor?
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
You're the chair.
Yeah, you're the chair, so you should be, and we'll put another bit that the chair be notified when those meetings are taking place, so he can attend. So that'd make it easy for us at the meetings.
Yes, thank you.
Now, just for the record, meet with the committee member Troy Reid and that on site, further discuss the cattle yards layout, is 22.43 in this, that's what it is in this business paper. You've taken it up to the 22.4.2.
No.
I'm just trying, I think this is going to be difficult if we don't get it right for you.
So this one's got to move down
It goes under 22.4.
here. 3.
Yep, 22.4.3. It is? Yes.
Yep.
And then that's all of that, and you've just added in about us buying.
That one's got to go to as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so can you just make sure that the chair's available for any of those meetings? Don't have them if not. Okay, that's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion?
Could I just add too that I was at that meeting, so can I just be added to the present side of things? And I think Councillor Crowley-Arnold should be on the top of that list as the chair too, so that should be noticed as the chair of that committee, just for a point of etiquette, that's all.
Paul, you said you were at the meeting.
I missed it.
I missed it, yeah.
I missed it, I was cool.
Okay, that's been fixed up. I'm going to put
We
it all
win the
those in
list.
favour say aye, against I declare it carried.
It says you were there, Paul.
It says you're there, Paul.
Yeah. Another mistake in that.
We didn't miss you.
Were you there, Paul?
No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Who was there that night?
I was there.
I was there as a spectator.
I was it.
Yep, I was there.
You were there.
You were there. That's what
Phyllis
I
was
thought
there.
too. Yeah, I was
We're a
there.
bit worried about
I went
having a
to
ball
the-
game.
I was about to say that. Yeah, we
Okay.
were.
Councillor Webb, would you like to
Dean's on this too.
do...
Like to read the letters of appreciation.
Yes,
Madam Mayor,
that's
yeah.
exactly right. Thank you.
Andrew Cogswell, Director of Block and Commodities, via email. I just wanted to let you know that the road crew who did the renewal of the Abbotsford Road did an amazing job. Please pass on our thanks to the relevant people and let them know we were very impressed and wanted to congratulate the team that did the work. So well done, Dan and his team. And the other one is correspondence from Jamie Shaftney, which is our federal member for Parks. It says, Dear Mayor, Madam Mayor, I'm writing to extend my thanks to you and your council for your valuable input into the Parks Electorate collective submission to the Treasurer for the 26-27 federal budget. Your council's priorities formed an essential part of a coordinated submission on behalf of all local government areas across the electorate. The issues raised by councils show a consistent alignment, and this enables us to present a united voice to the government on matters of critical importance to our region. The collective submission highlighted shared challenges, including escalating costs and financial sustainability pressures, regional and local road maintenance, freight efficiency and safety, natural disaster preparedness and recovery, the need for modern and accessible community infrastructure, upgrades to regional airport infrastructure, telecommunications and digital connectivity issues, ongoing support for inland rail, and essential investment in water infrastructure and security. Your contribution ensures that the needs of regional communities are clearly and consistently represented at the national level. From Jamie Shapley. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There's also one over the page. Did you get that one?
Planning for next year's budget.
Planning for next year's budget submission.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, the
Yeah,
other
just-
side.
Yeah.
Support improved timelines and allow councils additional time to prepare their priorities. Our office will reach out later this year to request information for the 27-28 budget process. Our intention is to gather council submissions early to streamline preparation and maximise the strength of our submissions. Please do not hesitate to contact my office if you require any further information. My apologies, missing that last page.
Thank you very much. Would someone like to move that we...
Move your second.
Moved by Councillor Herbert, seconded by Councillor Roylance. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it carried. Is there any business questions without notice?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I just wanted to ask, we highlighted the e-scooters at the last meeting, I think it was, and we're going to have some signage in the CBD area. I was just wondering if that's happened yet, because I've seen a couple whizzing down the street nearly taking out the elderly.
Yeah, that's, thank you, through you, Madam Mayor. The e-scooter signage, we've done some designs and got some costings, they're not overly expensive. In that process, we've actually confirmed, as of this morning, that e-scooters are actually illegal to be on public roads and footpaths.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something we probably should take the traffic committee, because the police are involved in that committee, and that they can actually consider how we move forward on this. Because if we're out putting signs that say e-scooters to give way to pedestrians or e-scooters slow it down, we're sort of saying e-scooters are okay to be on the road. So
Yep.
we need to take this a bit further and get police involved.
Yep, great, that's excellent.
Can you just confirm, is it they're not allowed, these scooters aren't allowed on roads?
Footpaths.
Or footpaths?
No, that's correct.
Gee, they're everywhere.
Yes.
What about the bikes which are doing more than 30 k's and whatever?
Yep. Bikes are allowed to a certain size or a certain speed limit. So I think if we do education, it's around the e-bikes and what capacity they can have and the maximum capacity. And the e-scooters technically are not allowed on footpaths or on the road. Anywhere within the road reserve, private property, they're fine.
Well, could I move that we do some videos on Facebook and Instagram to highlight that they are illegal in, in
What
use?
we'll do is get a report back on all of the legalities and do it right. Get the signs, let's have a look at the signs, what it's going to look like, how we're going to do this properly. I think we need to make sure of what the legalities are, and we can get some advice on that. So as an item for the next meeting, we want a report in relation to e-scooters and e-bikes and the rules and regulations attached to them. Is everyone happy with that?
Absolutely.
I think you also need to include Surons. Are they called Surons, which are the motorbike ones too, the electric motorbikes?
That's the 1,000 kilowatts, isn't it?
Yeah. Because they're around.
And what's the fine for that? Is it?
What we're going to do, if we get past the e-scooters and e-bikes at this stage, and we go into those, they're the ones that the kids are getting around all night and the police can't chase them because if anything happened, they'd be the worst in the world. I think that's another thing, Councillor Duggan. Can we just do this bit, right? And then I think when we go to our next PAC meeting, the General Manager and I, we'll bring that up at our precinct meeting and we'll talk to the police. What are you doing about this? And find out where their hands are tied or not, and try and do what we can with those motorbikes, because they are.
I had 3 kids go past my place on Sunday, 3 on one scooter.
Yeah.
And they were cracking along. I was going to clap them. I thought that's great skills. Now it's
Until
illegal.
they crash.
Oh, no.
No, but the motorbikes are a different thing. So what we'll bring that up when we're at our precinct meetings. So we will get a report on that. Is there any urgent business? Or
It's not urgent. I did send an email to our general manager. The other day there was a young child running up the road, in the middle of the road at the high school, like 18 months to 2 years old. And I stopped to grab the child off the road, and I just want to acknowledge our staff member, Paul Apps, who came and assisted, and the Forbes ambulance who just happened to be driving past. We called the police and everything. But it was just great having people just come out of the woodwork to help. And I think Sue Dukes was another person who came along too. But Paul was doing a job up the road, and he came all the way down to where this child was running, and I actually saw him walking fast and then saw the child. So it was a really dangerous situation, and I really am thankful that everyone there helped to help this child get back to safety.
Yeah, good. Anything else?
I'd like to request a leave of absence.
Yes. What country are you going to? I'll decide whether you can have it.
I don't know yet. I know. From the May the 5th to May the 23rd.
I need one of them.
Now we'll just decide whether we'll give her this. I haven't got the countries, but we might take a punt on it. I think it's sensible.
I'll move
Would
that
someone
one.
like to move that we grant leave
Move
of
that
absence to Councillor Webb
Yes.
from the 5th of May to the 23rd? Moved by Councillor Roden and seconded by Councillor Duggan. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried.
And I also need one from the 14th of May to the 31st if the weather's okay in Queensland.
No, it's going to be a cyclone.
31st.
There's a cyclone coming.
Well, that's two of them out for that
That's
meeting.
the
We
women,
can
but
play
then-
havoc, yeah.
And then I also
I
need...
woo, I'll just woo. Councillor Herbert from the 14th of May to the 31st of May, that we grant leave of absence. That's been moved by Councillor Matisky, seconded by Councillor Sweeney. I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Yes, Councillor Sweeney.
I would like some absence from the 8th of May to the 25th of May.
How many do we need as a quorum?
And Mark, you've already put
Mark's
yours
going to be
in
gone
today.
too.
I may have to rescind part of my leave of absence due to the world not being kind at the moment.
Okay, we're going to move Councillor Sweeney's leave of absence from the 8th to the 21st. Been moved by Councillor Herbert, seconded by Councillor Gradiana. I'll put that. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. And you'll let us know.
I will let council know within the next fortnight whether I have to rescind part of my absence.
Okay.
So you might have to.
Well, according to those minutes, we picked up another 2 councillors last meeting.
Yeah, we can bring them in.
Yes, yeah, we can.
Is there any further? Yeah.
I'm going to be away from...
We might have to start soon.
But from June, the
that's all right.
end of June to 3 weeks into July.
Yeah.
So about 30th of June to 3 weeks into July?
Yes, please.
Could we grant leave of absence for the last week of June and 3 weeks of July for Councillor Gradiana? Been moved by Councillor Sweeney, seconded by Councillor Webb. I'll put it. All those in favour say aye. Against, I declare it carried. Now, no one else can go away in May, or we're going to be in real trouble. But you can always come online if we get desperate.
I was about to ask
we
that.
do online.
Where do we stand to zoom in? Is that just by special request or what?
Yeah, you can request me, and my answer is yes, 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 yes.
Okay, that'll be good to know.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Can I just ask, do we get holiday pay?
So we don't get any loading or
That's
anything.
why you don't.
I've asked it quite a few times.
Just don't take them. Okay. Is there anything else? If not, would someone like to move that we adjourn for afternoon tea? Yes. It's been moved by Councillor Webb, seconded by Councillor Duggan. I'll put it. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, I declare it carried. And just for the people and the residents of Forbes, we will be going into our confidential section of our meeting after our cup of tea, so we'll see you next month. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.